Well, once again, the Badgers make a run to the weekend of the Big Ten Conference Tournament. We'll show you some of the highlights from the Badgers at the United Center in Chicago. The stars are shining, Nick Boyd and John Blackwell. Speaking of which, we'll hear from JB, the junior out of Bloomfield Hills, Michigan. All that and our weekly chat with Greg Gard coming up on this week's edition of the Badgers Sports Report. McKinney left the lane, goes up, knocked away by Carrington. Rapp has it with 45 seconds left in the half. Nick Boyd in the lane around Johnson, backhands it up and in with the left hand from low on the right. Another how in the world layup from Nick Boyd. Blackwell out to Aussie, tries a three, left of the circle, nailed it.
Just gonna say, you sit 15-point lead. That's right in Wisconsin's wheelhouse, though.
Here we go. Out between the circles, heat chip, wrapped, tie game! Timeout, Michigan! Boyd against Lindeborg, drives by him, runs it back out. Here's Rapp, sidesteps, three in the air, left side, wide on! Austin Rapp, 6 triples today. 62-58, Wisconsin, 3:45 remaining.
I told the guys when we were down, I said, we're not going to go out without a fight. We're going to go out swinging. And I said that to Aussie. I was the last person I said it to. And, I mean, he did what he did right after that.
Came out and airballed my first three that I shot in the second half. And I knew I was good from there. Like, I don't airball very often. That next shot went down. And I made a couple after that. And then, yeah, I felt like I was throwing it into the ocean by the end of it. But, yeah, it was kind of cool.
This will be good for us because we'll get healthy, get some rest, and get ready for next week. And this group is battle tested, and I think hungry to make a deep run.
Set the standard. Set the standard. Let's go.
Nice bounce, Rapp. Rapp left lane line out to Blackwell. Stamps off a three. Right pocket. Book it.
Scores! Badgers win it in overtime. Wisconsin Badgers have won the Frozen Four championship. The Badgers advance to the Sweet 16. Off the backboard for two from Destiny Howell.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by UW Health and is brought to you by Hy-Vee and by Construction Business Group, by Gruber Law Offices, and by WEA Member Benefits.
Have you heard people say women's sports are having a moment?
It's not a moment.
Moments are fleeting. They come and they go.
This isn't just a moment.
But success is nothing new at Wisconsin.
History in Wisconsin.
There's a history here.
Age championship.
So let's celebrate women's sports for what it really is.
It's not a moment.
It's not a moment.
It's a movement.
And you're invited to come along for the ride.
UW Health, proud title sponsor of Badger Women's Sports.
Clear your path to a great career today. Climb to reach your career potential with no loans and no debt, so you can earn while you learn. A Wisconsin Operating Engineer's Apprenticeship is your opportunity to work outdoors and get heavy equipment experience. Partner with your employer for serious pay, great health and pension benefits. Acquire real-world experience while building Wisconsin together. To start your career journey, visit join139.com today.
It's the simplest expression. The smallest thing that changes everything. A smile. So easy. A smile lights it up. Apologizes. And welcomes unconditionally. Because the shortest distance between two people is a smile.
Thank you.
Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today, proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
Give to Bielyauskas, hands off to Blackwell, tries a three, book it from straight away. John Blackwell with a triple. He's on him tightly, now around a screen from Bielyauskas, driving his Boyd up off the glass and good. Rebound, Austin Rapp up strong for the board. Outlet to Boyd, Ivasic back, a little 2-on-1. Now Boyd will pull up, takes the three, and makes the three. Whoa! Nick Boyd pulls the Badgers within one. 6 to play, 4 to shoot. Blackwell for three. Around it out, no good. Rebound, Illinois. 1 second. Davis, 3/4 court shot. And we're going to overtime again. Stojakovic defends. Boyd drives by him to the cup. Eye out the glass and in. 2 more for Boyd to give him 33. Shot clock down to 10. Boyd sprays it out the Rapp for 3. Right side. He hit it. Austin Rapp a triple. 85-80 Wisconsin. With 3, with 2. Deep 3, Wagler. Off the rim, no good. And it's on to the semifinal round for the Wisconsin Badgers. A team with all-day guts.
We've had games where we've been down 10. We were down 10 against Illinois, at Illinois, and we did it again today. It shows how resilient we can be, and when we get in those situations, we stay together and we fight back as one.
I had a great time, like you said, just getting them going, and that's what I love to do. So I'm all about community, and when March comes around, usually the fan base pops out, and we just having fun.
Toss and tap will belong to Wisconsin. The Badgers will move to our right. We are underway. He kills the dribble. He'll toss it to Boyd, high on the left. Boyd, 3 in the air, left side, good again. Third 3 for Nick Boyd, make it 23-13 Wisconsin, 23-16 Wisconsin, 7:30 left in the half. Blackwell, free throw line, jumper in the air, good for Blackwell, he has 5. Blackwell throws to Boyd, right elbow, out to John, open 3, left of the circle, book it.
That was a big one. That was a big one.
30-23 Wisconsin. Boyd between the circles, leads it for Carrington, throws to Blackwell, crowded by Yates. Blackwell to the line, in the lane, fades, flips, good for Blackwell. A career high 34. Big bucket for Blackwell. Badgers up 3, 49.8 seconds to play.
Buying into what's on the front of the jersey. Obviously, I'm playing with really talented players, so just doing what I can to help them, create gaps for them, try to find them in open spots. I'm just taking everything and trying to help them as much as I can.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, WEAbenefits.com.
Your animals depend on you every day. So we build equipment you can depend on every day. Equipment that powers through mud, dust, and extreme weather. So cutting hay, feeding livestock, and managing land is easier. Loaded with intuitive, innovative features and tech, Case IH equipment isn't just built to work. It's built to work for livestock producers. Case IH, built by farmers.
It's always a special time of the year, the Big Ten Conference Tournament, and then the big dance. March Madness is once again the Badgers have earned a trip to the NCAA tournament. We welcome in head coach Greg Gard. It's important to say earned the trip to the NCAA tournament. This is not automatic. It's not a given every year, but it says a lot about your guys, where they were in June to how they progressed during the season. I know it's a hectic time of year, but hopefully a time for everybody to enjoy it too.
Yeah, I think you mentioned about just a credit to our guys to where they've come from, not only in June, but how they've grown since November, and where we were picked to finish in the league, and then where they overshot expectations, outkicked where everybody's prognoses were, and obviously you're right, it's earned. You don't take these for granted, right? Because meaning NCAA tournament appearances, it doesn't happen automatically. There's a lot that goes into it, and you obviously have to be a really good team to get in.
You talked about it during the course of the season, including at the end of the regular season, where how your team improved, and a lot of it is from the neck up, though, right? The mental toughness of this team.
Yeah, they have. I think that's, we've grown in a lot of areas, but if you look at the area that they've grown the most, I think it's just their toughness from a part of it physically, just understanding how physical we have to play and how good we are when we do. And with that comes the mental side of it too. And this group has learned to handle adversity better, learned to fight through rough times better, and just all those things that go with making you more mentally able to handle the ups and downs that happen right within a game and be able to respond in the right way.
I always talk about the intensity of these games. It's always like that, and then the spotlight gets brighter toward the end of the regular season, obviously in the Big Ten tournament. But I go back to the final week of the regular season. Obviously, your game at Purdue, we saw Iowa, Nebraska go to overtime, Michigan, Michigan State. In some cases, tournament seedings were set in the conference tournament, and others not, but it didn't matter. That's still something that the college game brings you, those kind of really intense atmospheres down the stretch, right?
Yeah, I think, everybody on the outside gets caught up in seeding or tournament or what's next, but the true heart of all of it, we're all competitors, and when the lights are on and they're keeping score, everybody's trying to bring their best. Everybody's trying to win. So whether the game has future implications or not, you really want to do well in the moment because you put so much time into it. You don't want to waste and just dust off moments or brush off moments. Enjoy them, play your best, and always look to continue to improve. And like you said, the last week of our season here, the regular season with the senior night here against Maryland, and then to be able to go to Purdue and play that well when you had a little at stake, but it wasn't like there was a conference championship or it impacted seedings a little bit, but it was an extremely high-level game with two very, very competitive teams that were going at each other blow for blow.
And your guys seem to really embrace that environment at Mackey Arena was terrific, as it always is. Your guys embrace that. If you've got a great home environment or a great road environment, Michigan, Illinois, Purdue, they kind of like that, don't they?
Yeah, I think I think it's another testament to their growth and mentally going in is. It helps unite you even more, and I don't have to say much about it in terms of, what we're going up against. They relish those opportunities, and I think the best competition and sometimes the best, most adverse moments bring out the best in people. And obviously, with our group being able to go on the road and take care of business is a speaks well to that.
The good news is the Badgers are regulars in the NCAA tournament, but it's always a first time for somebody. And you got a few guys who fit that description. Obviously the freshmen, somebody like Braden Carrington. This is the stuff, it's another reason why you never take it for granted, because now they get to experience it, and this is the kind of stuff that you take with you for the rest of your life.
I mean, you look at it across college basketball, there's 364, 365 teams. The vast majority of players in college basketball will not play in the NCAA tournament. More will not play in the tournament than will play in the tournament, and I know that changes some in the transfer portal because you can bounce around and find the ship that's going in the right direction, so to speak. But by and large, it's, I don't know what the exact percentage is, but my guess is it's about 30 to 40% of the players will play. That leaves us 60 to 70% that will never see the lights of March.
And you think about guys like Will Garlock, Zach Kinzinger, Hayden Jones, Alexis Bielyauskas. We talked about this in the bigger stage games in the regular season. This is priceless now. It's because it's a little different in the NCAA, the open practice, open locker room, that kind of stuff. It's still basketball, but they get to experience something that hopefully in the long run will really help them. Yeah,
absolutely. I think the conference tournament has played into that, and that will help because that's a step up in terms of the attention, the media spotlights. All the Matt Lepay's wannabes are out, covering us. But no, it's good. And what you have to keep in mind too, and keep in perspective, go have fun. Don't change who we are. We got here because we've developed into a certain type of team. Keep being the better version of that team and have fun with this.
Nothing like it. It's special, and it remains that way as the Badgers get ready for their trip again to the NCAA tournament. We'll take a break. More to come as the Badgers Sports Report continues. Have you heard people say women's sports are having a moment?
It's not a moment.
Moments are fleeting. They come and they go.
This isn't just a moment.
But success is nothing new at Wisconsin.
History in Wisconsin.
There's a history here.
8 championships.
So let's celebrate women's sports for what it really is.
It's not a moment.
It's not a moment.
It's a movement.
And you're invited to come along for the ride.
UW Health, proud title sponsor of Badger Women's Sports.
Clear your path to a great career today. Climb to reach your career potential with no loans and no debt, so you can earn while you learn. A Wisconsin Operating Engineer's Apprenticeship is your opportunity to work outdoors and get heavy equipment experience. Partner with your employer for serious pay, great health and pension benefits. Acquire real-world experience while building Wisconsin together. To start your career journey, visit join139.com today.
It's always fun to watch a team grow and develop throughout the course of the year, starting from the summer workouts and now into the stretch drive of the college basketball season. A guy who has not only witnessed it, he's living it, is John Blackwell. JB, your perspective, where this team is, how well it plays off of each other now compared to the summer when you guys were getting acquainted on the basketball floor.
Yeah, I think we got to know each other a lot better. I think we got to learn more about each other and how we play basketball, how we go about the game, and then learning the culture and the system that we play in right now. And I think we can only get better. I'm honestly, I think we got a lot more to do. I think we could be a lot better. Even from the first five, me, Nick, Nolan, Rhodey, and Alexis, I think we could be a lot better across the table. And we're going to do that. We're going to keep pushing ourselves every single day. Like today was a practice. We just keep pushing ourselves, challenge ourselves, go at each other, and then it's only going to get better from there.
Yeah, it reminds me of what Coach Gard said back in the summer. He's not excited about what you are now. He's excited about what you can be.
Yes, sir.
And that line is still, just listening to you, that's still how you're thinking, right?
Yeah. I think early on, I think we let a couple games drop. But honestly, you live and learn. I think if we don't let those games drop, I don't think we win these big games like we have. I think we get a little comfortable. I think, we're still hungry. We got to continue to have that mindset of being the hunters and not being the hunted. So I think it's on me and Nick and Rhodey to preach to those guys, and Nolan to preach to our younger guys and guys who've been here and played at this level. We still got to go hunt.
A lot of great freshmen in college basketball, but a lot of teams are older as well. You've got a lot of experience. You've been in these moments before. How much of that do you think can help you the next game and moving forward here this season as deep as you can take?
I think experience plays a big part. I think if you look at across the board, I think you look at the Big Ten teams, teams that are striving and being really good, they're led by, older guys. Obviously, Illinois has a terrific freshman in Keen Wagler, but as a Michigan, they got a lot of older guys who's been in the experience, who's been in there. Iowa, Purdue, a team that's top in the country. I think when you got older guys, I think when it comes down to when we're talking about, making runs in the NCAA tournament, it comes down to that. When you've been in these moments and you know how things operate, yeah, you can be a pro and you can be an NBA player, but when a veteran guy gets in the moments, he's been in these atmospheres before and he's seen it all, then it's a different type of feeling. And I think that's an edge we have with Nick being able to make his run and me being older now and being in some moments. Obviously, I didn't make a big run in the tournament yet, but I've been around big games. I've been in pretty big games throughout my season. So
you're such a great team guy, but you're also your third year here. You're climbing the charts.
Yeah.
If it's points, a lot of different categories.
Yeah.
Can you take some pride in that? Is that kind of a cool thing to know that you're getting on those lists of most points, this, that, and the other? I mean, you're carving a pretty good niche here as a Badger.
I don't really take a look into it yet. I think you're a guy who reminds me, and obviously I see it on social media sometimes. And,
sure.
We do little things like that, but honestly, I'm just trying to get better day by day. Obviously, it's a dream of mine to be remembered at a place forever, be called a legend here, or a guy who's remembered here forever, and a guy I can call home. When you look up and you think of Badger basketball, I think I want my name to be in there, Jonathan Blackwell. So hopefully I just keep on striving and getting better, but that's the goal.
You're on a good path to do that. Final thought is, we talk about goals and what you want to do as a team. You still let yourself have some fun. You get the great atmospheres. Obviously the Michigan State game here. You go on the road to Illinois, and that place is jumping. That's what you do all this stuff for, right?
Mm-hmm.
To be in those kind of environments.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I think when you dream of as a kid, like, you know, being at Michigan, playing Michigan State, for me as a Michigan kid, playing my dad's alma mater, I think you just think of those moments when as a kid, like, you know, playing imaginary basketball, Blackwell, 3, 2, 1, hit the shot, like things like that as you think as a kid, and now you're in it and you're experiencing March Madness and you're experiencing game winners and you're experiencing 30-point, 20-point games and you're experiencing all these things. It's honestly a blessing. And sometimes you don't get to take it all in. Sometimes you really got to sit down and be like, wow, we really beat this team. Wow, we really had these moments. Because I know for a fact last year I didn't take in these moments until the season was over, and I just sat there and cried like, wow, we had a really special team. And I'm going to love these guys forever, but in the moment, while it's going on, you don't really think about it.
Yeah. But by the way, you did a nice little broadcaster impression there, Blackwell 3.
Yes.
You would have had some fun describing that. How would you describe that last-second shot? You'd be the analyst for that, your buzzer beater at Minnesota.
If I had to, like, describe it as a broadcast.
Yeah, absolutely, because that could be in your future. Who knows? About 20 years down the road.
I think I'll just be like, Blackwell grabs it, pushes down the court, 3, 2, 1 from half, game. I think I would just do something like that. Some of my favorite broadcasters, though, are, I like listening to you, like what you do, honestly. And then Gus Johnson is one of my favorites. I really like some of the NBA guys, like, you know, the 2016 Warriors versus Cavs.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And they were like Curry, bang. Like, you know, those.
Mike Breen, I like that, yes.
I forgot his name, but you mentioned Mike Breen. And honestly, broadcasters are amazing. I even like the post-game stuff. Like, when I was younger, I used to watch a lot of the post-game stuff. Like, my dad used to make me sit down and watch, you know, post-game interviews can really help a player. Like, you know, when you got a guy who's been in that level, like a Shaq or a Charles Barkley, obviously they're going to criticize sometimes because that's their job. Sometimes you got to look at it like that's their job. But they're actually giving you good facts. And even during the games, broadcasters are giving you good things about your game sometimes. And my dad always takes that into me and tells me all the time, like what they say sometimes. And like, because I don't know if he peeps sometimes, but when he's watching the games and he's there, he always has one headphone in because he's listening to the broadcast at the same time. Okay. So that's my dad's thing. Everybody asks me why my dad has headphones in while he's watching the games, and that's why.
There you go. Well, like I said, like in 20 years or so, when you're done playing, I think, you know, I know agent is a possibility as well, but I think this broadcasting thing I think you'll click. I think that'll work.
I think so. Hopefully. I got to be in front of a camera somewhere.
All right, well, we'll get you some reps right here. He's John Blackwell, player now, who knows, broadcaster down the road. We'll take a break, more to come right after this.
It's the simplest expression, the smallest thing that changes everything. A smile. So easy. A smile lights it up, apologizes, and welcomes unconditionally. Because the shortest distance between two people is a smile.
Thank you.
Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
At Gruber Law Offices, we take great pride in helping those who have trusted us after a serious accident. Our team has the knowledge, resources, and experience to get you the results you deserve. Don't wait to get the help you need. Make the right call. Call Gruber Law Offices today. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by UW Health and is brought to you by Hy-Vee and by Construction Business Group, by Gruber Law Offices, and by WEA Member Benefits.
Play it in over the line. And controlling it, Gorbatenko shot a goal! Kelly Gorbatenko gets the goal for her number 25 of the year. Back out on top, here's Sims shot! Oh, hit the pipe, it went in! Kirsten Sims gets the goal!
Mark Johnson, by the way, this is win number 700.
Man, that's unbelievable, huh?
Next week, our final show of the season as the Badgers embark on the NCAA tournament. And we'll also talk Badger football. Spring practices opening up later this week as well. We'll sit down with head coach Luke Fickell. Thanks for watching.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. Proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics, WEAbenefits.com.
Every farmer wants to up their uptime, so we purposefully designed our tractors and implements to keep you in the field. Tailored for your operation, Case IH tractors are intuitive to use, easy to maintain, packed with the latest tech, and backed by dealer support you can trust. Because Case IH equipment isn't just built to work, it's built to work for you. Case IH, built by farmers.
Have you heard people say women's sports are having a moment?
It's not a moment.
Moments are fleeting. They come and they go.
This isn't just a moment.
But success is nothing new at Wisconsin.
History in Wisconsin.
There's a history here.
Age championship.
So let's celebrate women's sports for what it really is.
It's not a moment. It's not a moment.
It's a movement.
And you're invited to come along for the ride.
UW Health, proud title sponsor of Badger Women's Sports.